Symone, who's like a star from RuPaul's Drag Race. I mean, I just interviewed an Oscar-winning screenwriter. Can I die now? Like, I think I can die now. I'm not sure. Um, we just talked to Dustin Lance Black. You guys don't understand. Like, he's a Mormon, Oscar-winning screenwriter, gay activist. He wrote the film Milk. So cool. That was probably like bucket list things to do. And I think we're going to interview also RuPaul's Drag Race star Symone here in a second. I'm not sure if we're filming a video. Oh, there she is. I see her. We're going to see if we can interview RuPaul's Drag Race star Symone. Love Nation, what is up? It is Liza Morales. I'm here in Arizona. And this is what's so exciting. I have a new friend who's here at Arizona. Right? We have two LA colleagues that came out to the South State because they want to talk about things. Can you guys hear? This is RuPaul's Drag Race star Symone. Beautiful. Yeah, it's really loud. Yeah, I have a microphone on. It's just really loud right here, I think. Well, what I love is again, guys, we're at an Out for Harris event. It is Pride weekend in Phoenix, Arizona. We just spoke with Dustin Lance Black. He is going to be speaking inside in a few minutes, Oscar-winning screenwriter of the movie Milk. This is Symone from RuPaul's Drag Race. Oh, I know. Like the yellow is popping. Absolutely amazing. We love it. It's Pride in Orlando too. Yeah, I think it's because Pride Month is June, but if we tried to do Pride events in Arizona in June, people would not make it through that. So I think that's why we do it when it is warmer in October. But again, yeah, we are at Cobalt Bar in Phoenix. It is Pride weekend, so all up and down, Indian Steel Park and bars along the gay corridor. There are Pride events going on. The Harris Walls campaign is a big part of a lot of these Pride events. I will be here covering this event. Like we just spoke with Dustin Lance Black. He's going to be speaking inside. Symone, who you're seeing in front of me being interviewed, will be speaking inside. I will be live streaming this event. And then I think I'm going to head over to the actual Pride Festival where we have a booth. The campaign, that Harris Walls campaign has a booth. And then there's a ton of cool events going on, obviously. I've actually never attended Phoenix Pride, so I'm super looking forward to seeing what's going on. And I'm going to cover as much and see what we can see. That is the plan. But I think in a little bit here, possibly we'll talk to Symone when she gets done with this interview or try to catch her afterwards. Again, it is, let me take my neck strap off really quick. The hair. It is Out for Harris. It is Pride weekend in Phoenix. So today and tomorrow, yesterday was the Obama rally. Today and tomorrow, I'm going to be covering as many Pride events for the Harris Walls campaign. This is our first event this weekend. We have Dustin Black, the Oscar-winning screenwriter of the movie Milk. We have Symone, who's being interviewed right over here from RuPaul's Drag Race. And when we get started inside, I will be live streaming the whole event. I don't know exactly what's going to happen, but I've seen Symone on RuPaul's Drag Race, so I imagine it's going to be dramatic. And if you guys were here when we were interviewing Dustin Lance Black, like, what a genuine, amazing, interesting, intelligent person. So, yeah. And then after that, I'll be heading over to the Harris Walls campaign booth inside the actual Pride Festival. We're a couple blocks away, and I will be filming there, talking to people, seeing what I can see, getting some B-roll that will hopefully end up on the campaign website, and then just seeing what's going on. I don't know if you guys know who Saucy Santana is, but he's one of my favorite rappers, and he's going to be performing later tonight. So I definitely want to catch that. I know. How great is Dustin? Intelligent Mormons. I love an intelligent Mormon man. Like, so interesting to talk to, and so interesting to talk as someone who lived in Idaho when they were, kind of like thinking about what my sexuality was, and to speak to someone who also understands that, it's super interesting. Could someone block Jerry for the most disgusting racist comment I've ever seen in my life? Like, that is truly disgusting, Jerry. Congratulations on that. Like, what in the actual... Yeah, and that's what we're talking about. So we've been talking a lot about it, how the Mormon mayor of Mesa, there's, I think, over a million plus active Mormons in Arizona who have traditionally been Republican voters, right? And that's why it's such a big deal that Mayor Giles of Mesa, who's kind of like the de facto Mormon leader of Mesa, has come out, if you will, to campaign for Harris Walls. He is actually one of the leading spokespeople for the Republicans for Harris campaign. Um, and that's super cool because that gives us, right, about a million plus voters that we now have access to knock on doors and try to change some hearts and minds. So that's why Dustin Lance Black is here. He's actually going to be in the predominantly Mormon neighborhoods in Mesa, in Gilbert, in Chandler, and places like that. He's going to be canvassing, knocking on doors, speaking to prospective Mormon voters, and trying to pull them over the line for Harris Walls. Isn't that cool? I know. I wasn't aware there's over a million active voters in Arizona that are Mormon. And so that's sort of what Dustin Lance Black is here to do, to reach out to the Mormon community and have those conversations. And I think if you guys missed the interview, I'm going to post it later, but I think he just said it beautifully. He was talking about the ties, between the Mormon culture, the Mormon religion, and the similarities with the LGBTQIA plus community. And I was saying, like, I've had a similar experience. Like, I was telling him when I moved to Idaho in a predominantly Mormon community, that it was interesting because it's like, just like I support freedom of religion, right? And I want all Mormons to be able to practice their religion. I want it, in relative peace. I would like the same rights to make decisions about my body, who I love, who I marry, and so forth. And so that's sort of the conversation that Dustin Lance Black is in Arizona to have with the Mormon community, in concert with Mayor Giles, who's the Mormon mayor of Mesa, who has come out and is campaigning for Harris Walls. Not come out as in sexuality, but come out as going to vote for Kamala Harris. Kamala doesn't care. That's hilarious. If you think Kamala doesn't care, I wonder what you think Trump thinks of you. I know. Bless all their hearts. I want to go inside and try to get. Oh, maybe we should go. Let's see if we can get in here. Symone.
Yeah, I've done it a few times.
Beautiful.
Ooh, it's a perfect. Oh my god, it's working! Yay!
I love it so I'm that and I'm so excited to be
May I ask you a few questions, Symone?
Espresso martini. That's the go-to.
Oh. I'm just live streaming. I was wondering if I could ask you a few questions. I'm just an influencer for the Kamala Harris campaign. Just wanted, do you want to hold the mic?
Love
Love the yellow. It is
Thank
pop
you.
in, truly. I just wanted to ask you, like, why are you passionate? You're here at this Out for Harris event.
I think I'm very passionate about it because it not to be selfish, but it affects me a lot, but it also affects the people I love and people I care about, and I understand the country's in a difficult place right now, but she offers hope and she offers a way forward, and she's not demonizing people, she's not making people feel other, she's giving people hope, and I just really think that's what we need right now, and we need someone with a brain and a plan, and I just think it's a really consequential election. I want to do everything I can to help. It's important to me.
That's amazing.
Thank
How
you.
do you like Tim Walz?
I do love Tim Walz. Hey, Tim Walz. I would like to meet him. He seems like a fun guy. He seems like one of my teachers back home. I mean, he is.
I met him a couple weeks ago. He's like your high school coach / teacher.
He gives me the coach that made me want to play basketball, you know? Like I wasn't upset to do it in PE class. That's the energy he gives me. He seems like a really great guy. And like, I'm happy she chose him.
So inside, you're about to do a little performance,
A
speech.
Yeah.
I was going to say, are you going to use the runway as someone who's going to try to live
use the runway.
Okay, so it's going to be dynamic.
Oh yeah. I'm not going to just let that go to waste.
That's what I thought. Okay, so I'll be back a little farther, get a wide angle.
All of it. Yeah, I'm doing everything for the cameras.
I literally asked someone else when I first got here. I was like, Simone's going to use the full
I'm going to pull the whole thing. Okay. Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
I would never leave it. I would never waste it like that. That's rude.
Will you be at Pride? Later?
I am going to do a little speech at Pride, yes, but then I have to, unfortunately, go back home. But I wish I could stay for the whole Pride thing. I love Pride, and I've never been to Arizona. This is my first time, so I'm happy this is my first time doing something.
We're so happy to have you here. The campaign is so happy to have you.
I'm so happy to be here. Thank you so much
for being here for Kamala. Again, This is Symone, star of RuPaul's Drag Race. We're going to be live streaming.
And look, I have her on my dress. Look at it.
Oh my gosh! I literally I feel embarrassed that I did not get that. That is amazing.
Thank you.
Oh, so cool. Thank you so much.
Of course. Thank you.
Gorgeous. Like, I have green eyes. Why don't they look like that? Like, is it the eyeliner? Like, have you ever seen? I need absolute fire. I need to get a good seat where I can see. This is what I'm worried about, that I'm not going to have. Oh, maybe I'll just sit at the bar. Let me see. Because that's what I was talking about. Like, I was going to sit over there in the corner, but then I'm like, I'm not going to get the whole stage. I need to figure out my angle. Maybe I'll... Oh, thanks, Jason. Hi, oh my gosh.
It's good to see you again.
Guys, wait, what is your name again? Here, take the mic.
Dallas
I have met some of the coolest people since I started live streaming Harris campaign events. Dallas, tell us a little bit about yourself. This is the second time we've met.
I am a neuroscience student now. I finished my
Neuroscience. God.
bachelor's in neuroscience, and then now I'm doing healthcare innovation because I want to be a neurosurgeon and a civil rights attorney. And truly, these events have been awesome, and meeting amazing people like yourself as well.
I know, amazing. So why are you supporting Kamala Harris?
I'm supporting her because of reproductive rights, especially with Roe v. Wade being overturned. That was so instrumental, especially with our civil rights and our civil liberties. Women need the freedom to be able to do whatever they want with their bodies because it's their bodies. And when our civil liberties are at attack, so through civil rights and criminal justice, as we can see with Marcellus Williams, where he was essentially executed, it was really disheartening for me, and I was distraught, and it really furthered my passion for civil rights and civil liberties.
It's amazing. And so why did you just sign up for this event? How did you find out about this event?
I've been keeping up with my emails and making sure that I go to as many events as I could, possibly. I think the first one that I went to was one with, it was a Students for Harris event. Forgot exactly who it was. Still forgot who it was. But I've made sure to keep it up.
Let me turn this on. I was gonna say we saw each other. We met at the Doug Emhoff event. Guess where it was yesterday? I was at U of A.
Me too.
Were you there yesterday?
I couldn't get in because it was too full.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it was scary full. Obama still got it. Is what we learned yesterday. Obama still got it. He was like an evangelical preacher at the end. People were like trying to touch him as if they would be healed if he just got near them. I wish you could have seen it.
That's amazing. Did you get any pictures with him?
Yeah. No, I didn't get a picture with Obama.
You didn't?
I got a picture with Kamala though last week, which was pretty cool. But no, I feel lucky to have even witnessed it.
It was truly amazing. I saw on live like the recording and everything, and he was truly amazing. And he was speaking, and it was so funny because he was talking about the issues with Trump, and he was very direct, and he was going at it.
You're amazing. We need to exchange numbers so that
definitely.
we can. Guys, I'm going to find a good position for the live. Again, I'm going to live stream this event. I think it should be starting here pretty soon.
Are you there? Are you there? It's okay. It's okay. It's just me. It's just me. Jesus. Jesus. Do you need some wine? Or a little cry? Don't be scared. Don't ask why. It's okay. It's okay.
She's a member of the LGBTQ caucus in the legislature.
How's everybody feeling? Make some noise if you're ready to elect Kamala Harris president of the United States. So, as Bridget mentioned, my name is Oscar de los Santos. I represent South Phoenix, Lee, Guadalupe, and downtown Phoenix at the state legislature. Okay, you always know where the constituents are. Usually, when I speak in public, it's on the floor of the House, addressing my awful Republican colleagues. And so it is a delight to be speaking to a good-looking and intelligent crowd for a change. Listen, this election is going to be razor thin. Arizona is at the center of the political universe currently, and whether we live under a fascism and Project 2025 and Donald Trump, or whether we live under a democracy that protects our freedoms and honors our dignity under Kamala Harris, could very well come down to the work that you do. It could come down to whether you're out knocking on doors, whether you're telling your family members and friends to get their ballots in and get them in early, and making sure you're filling up the whole entire thing could come up to you. So I just want to make sure that everybody here knows their power, that knows that they can make the difference in this election. So I just wanted to impress that upon us once again. I also want to give a shout out to the newest member of our LGBTQ caucus, incoming representative from Tempe, Brian Garcia. And that is all I have. So please welcome again, Juan.
All right, and then I do want to shout out Equality Utah's here. They drove and flown in all the way from Utah. Celebrate time with us. We're really getting onto this weekend, so we're really, really excited. I have the distinct honor to introduce one of our guests today. Again, you are not here for me. Totally okay. Dustin Lance Black. Screenwriter, director, producer, and LGBT rights activist, also known for MILF and it received an yeah. So it is my honor to introduce Dustin Lance Black to the stage.
Oh, I have to say, this is so heartening already. I can, not to date myself too much, but I did this in Wisconsin in 2016 for Hillary. And we'd have events like this, and 2 people would show up. You could feel the energy wasn't there. And it was terrifying. And I gotta say, from the moment I landed in Phoenix, just a couple of hours ago, and having the conversations I'm having, the energy is here thanks to you all. So thank you so much. I'm in a unique position to tell some stories about Vice President Harris. Because, and I'll tell you, I first met Kamala Harris when we were shooting a movie called MILF in San Francisco. And she was district attorney. And, she didn't know me from Adam, but she would show up to the set after work on nights when we're doing night shoots. And she would sit and watch as Sean Penn brought Harvey back to life, listening to the political arguments for equality back in the 70s. And I got to say, not once in all of that time that she spent with us did she say, why is this a necessary story? What's missing about this story? Why do you have to do that? She knew in her bones why it was necessary, why it was horrific that it had been erased and neglected. She knew what our community needed more. When that movie came out, just a few weeks later, Proposition 8 passed in California. You guys remember what that was?
Yes.
It took away marriage equality in California. And myself and a few others in California decided to wage a battle on the federal level, in federal courts, to restore marriage equality. And do you know who joined us immediately? Even when some in our community were saying it was too much too soon, when we were getting backlash from our own, Kamala Harris showed up and said, what can we do to get this done? What can we do to get this done today? And never once said, let's do this incrementally. She understood we needed it. We needed our families and our relationships and our love protected and respected immediately. And she did that in no disrespect before President Obama. She did that before Hillary Clinton. She did that even before Joe Biden. She has been with us and has known us her entire career. And she has gone on the record in support of LGBTQ people her entire career without ever having to ask us why we need it. She knows that in her bones. Well, now, the opposition, the orange painted crowd, they are starting to use those words that she used to lift us up and unite us and support us against her. Her words in support of the trans community, to try and motivate hate to the ballot box. So it is our responsibility and our duty to get out there ourselves and to make sure LGBTQ issues are motivated in the ballot box this year. We do not need a replay of 2004.
That's right.
We need our stories. We need our love and our families to motivate the vote, to love, have love lead at the ballot box once again, and to elect Kamala Harris to the President of the United States. And you guys already know this. You guys already know this, but let me just put a fine point on it. Our stories are what is at stake in this election. What books are being banned more than any other? Queer books. What is the fear that is returning to our shores, doing to young kids? It's silencing them. It's quieting our LGBTQ youth, the community. And it is our stories that when we finally, in 1969, said it is time to come out, everyone must come out, and everyone must tell their story, that those stories started to erase the misconception and the lies about our community. Our coming out and our stories are our liberation, and they always have been. And the opposition knows that. They're trying to silence our stories yet again because they know they are our power. And if that orange man wins, they will do the work to try and get our stories out of schools, to make young people afraid to come out and tell their stories again. And that turn and that silencing, as all of us know far too well, is deadly to our community. That silence does equal death, as we learned in this. So what do? You know, the fact that you're here means you're probably already rather motivated to vote. And that's great. And to knock on doors. That's great. What we cannot do is rely solely on this. On hope. I wrote a movie about a guy who said, you gotta give him hope. You gotta give him hope. And it's up to all of you to give that hope. But you know what? Hope detached from action is delayed disappointment. And I will not be disappointed in this election. I felt that thing before, we all have it. We can't feel it again. So what action are you going to take? And I would say one of the most effective pieces of action you can do in a state like this, a swing state like this, is reach out to 10 people. 10 people who you think probably agree with you. Maybe a couple who you might have to do convincing. But reaching out to 10 people who you know are already on the side of equality to ensure that they're voting or that they've already voted, that increases the power of this room tenfold. And if you can get them to do that, you can increase the power of this room 100 and 1,000-fold, and that gives Arizona to Kamala Harris. So I'd say, we know what's at stake in this election. I want you to go out there and to give them hope with your action. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Arizona. For being with Arizona, we win the White House. I appreciate you so much. Thank you.
That's Dustin Lance Black, Oscar-winning screenwriter of Milk.
Wow, thank you so much. I have never been motivated more than ever before. Thank you, Dustin Lance Black. Thank you so much. Can we give another round of applause, please? Well, hello everyone. My name is Caesar. I am the Deputy LGBTQ Engagements Director for the Harris President campaign. I have the best job ever. I get to work with the people I love, with folks like you across the country. Right now, we have a week of action, and so together, in partnership with folks like Bridget and HRC, we have over 250 events happening across the country, mobilizing the vote. So just wanted to make sure I come out here and thank every single one of you. Thank the folks here at Cobalt for hosting us. And so make sure to thank the bartenders. And Jeff, thank you. Without further ado, I'm also here to introduce the next speaker, Symone. Y'all might remember when she stormed the country when she walked into RuPaul's Drag Race, season 13, wearing a full dress. Later, she would have a do-rag outfit as well that just slayed, yes, the competition away and won season 13, and since then has been building an empire. So without further ado, please join us. Hello. Oh, what's going on, man? Oh my God. Well, first of all, thank y'all so very much for having me here today in Phoenix for my very first time, and I'm happy to be doing this here for the first time in supporting of our new president. I'm gonna put it out there. I'm gonna just say it, honey. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna clip it. Okay. So I had something written out because I wanted to make sure my thoughts are concise. So forgive me, but here we go. Hey, Phoenix. The name's Symone, and I'm here because we have a contest to win. Yes, am I right?
Yes.
And the stage is set right here in Arizona, honey. Y'all lucky ones, all right? No, we're not lip syncing. At least not yet. We can do that later. But we are standing up unapologetically for the dignity and for our freedoms. Yeah, come on, clap. We are celebrating progress, and we are rallying behind a trailblazer with a vision for the future. Vice President Kamala Harris is fighting for an America where no matter what you look like, what your name is, how you worship, or who you love, all of us are entitled to the same rights and freedoms. She's fought for this vision her entire career, from her time as a district attorney, establishing a hate crimes unit to support LGBTQ plus kids in schools. So, yeah. To her time in the Senate, where she introduced legislation to increase access to PrEP. Now, I know y'all enjoy that. I know where I am. To her work as vice president, strengthening protections for LGBTQ children in foster care, and combating conversion therapy and reversing bans on transgender service members. There's a beautiful points I got right here. I'm sure there's more. Her running mate, Governor Tim Walz, is also no stranger to the fight for equality. He bans conversion therapy and protected access to health care for LGBTQ individuals in Minnesota. Governor Walz was a high school teacher and a football coach in 1990. I was born not in the 90s, but 95, so you know, that's, we just learn.
When asked if he would serve as an advisor for the school's first gay straight alliance, he proudly stepped up, helping to create a safe space for queer kids at school. This is the kind of leadership they'll bring to the White House because they both understand, as we all do, that it all comes down to dignity and freedom. Meanwhile, yes, has made no secret of what they want to do. And it ain't just talk. They wrote it down. Can you believe that? Can you believe they wrote it down? Put on the internet so everybody can see it. Donald Trump Project 2025 is a truly backwards agenda that threatens decades of progress. It would take us back to a time before many Americans had full rights and freedoms. Well, means it doesn't have to be that way. Not at all. No. All across the country, people are fed up with Trump's same old tired playbook, but they're also fired up. To choose a new way forward, with Vice President Harris leading the way. So what do you say? You ready to make Kamala Harris your next president? Oh.
Let me turn the page.
Let's talk to our relatives, our friends, our neighbors. We need you to share why this election is important to you and to your loved ones. We need you to talk to your relatives, your friends, your neighbors, your followers, the people down the street, on the corner, down around the patch, everybody, okay? And make sure they all have a plan to vote. Most importantly, we need you to help this campaign get across the finish line. Every call to voters, door knocks, every event, every volunteer shift, all of it makes a difference. The path to the White House runs through Arizona. Hey now. So you ready to get to where? Are you ready to elect Kamala Harris? And are you ready to turn the page on Donald Trump and the MAGA extremist agenda? All right, darling. So get out early, vote. Take your friends, drag them if you must. Register them. I don't know exactly the deadline here, but do everything you can because I do who? What? It passed. Well, then. But get them out. All right? Because it is very consequential. It's very important. And thank you once again to everyone for coming and for having me. I can't go there, so I can't help you out. But goddamn it, I'll do the best I can. All right? Thank you. I will have pride.
So again, guys, if you guys missed it, I'll post it later. But we interviewed Dustin Lance Black, the Oscar-winning screenwriter of Milk. That was Symone, the star of season 13 of RuPaul's Drag Race. It is Phoenix Pride this weekend, so this is off. We're like a couple blocks from the actual Pride Festival. I'm gonna walk over in a little bit. I'm going to be at the Harris Walls campaign booth for a bit, get some B-roll and footage there, and see what we can see. But again, it's Pride weekend. Things going on. So tomorrow, 10:30 to 12:30, I think at Yum Bar, the same place we did the Tim Walz JD Vance debate. We're going to have a brunch for the Arizona creators for Kamala tomorrow. I think there's going to be some performances and stuff. That's from 10:30 to 12:30, 10:30 Pacific time. So I'll be doing that. I think everyone might have heard me yesterday at the Obama rally, but also we're going to be rallying on Wednesday with Bill Clinton. I love them. That's Dustin Lance Black, the Oscar-winning screenwriter of Milk. He's amazing. I'm gonna post the interview later. Like, just absolutely amazing. One of the most inspiring people I've ever spoken to in my life. So smart, so interesting. Tap the screen, gift, subscribe. I'll be taking you guys to as many campaign events as possible in the battle for Arizona leading up to Election Day. I know. Okay, I interviewed Symone, if you guys missed it, and I did not notice that was Kamala's face. Like, now it's easy to see from a distance, but when I was like very close, I didn't notice. It's hard to notice because when you're close to Symone, it's like her eyes are like piercing green. It's just like staring at a gorgeous cat. So I didn't even get to look at the dress. And she's like, "Did you see my dress?" And I was like, "No, I didn't." But now I can see it from a distance. I know. I love her too. If you haven't seen season 13, I believe, of RuPaul's Drag Race, highly recommend it. She was absolutely amazingly hilarious on it. Again, I'm going to be walking over to the actual Pride Festival, filming the Harris Walls campaign booth there, and then tomorrow I'll be at brunch at Yum Bar for Creators for Kamala. It's a gay bar also near the Pride Festival, and then again, probably walking over to the Pride Festival. Wednesday, we'll be rallying with Bill Clinton himself, and many more events going on next week. We'll be going from event to event leading up to the November 5th presidential election. Yes, there will be judgment, Master Blaster, for bigots. There will. We are all judging right now in real time. Thank you for pointing that out. Again, it is Pride Weekend in Phoenix. It is out for Harris Walls, and we will be at the booth in a little bit, and I will go live again. Hope everyone has an amazing day.